Does your portfolio have your name in big letters at the top, with video editor / storyteller underneath, followed by a wall of thumbnails of your edits? Most editors treat their portfolio like a trophy cabinet, like look at all the things I've made. But premium clients aren't impressed by shiny objects. They only care if you are perfect for their edit. And in this episode, you're going to learn why your portfolio is costing you jobs and the one mindset shift that transforms it from a skills showcase into a client magnet. My name is Shiny. I'm a video editing mentor and Emmy-nominated documentary and commercial editor that spent the last 15 years working for clients like Vice, BBC, Ogilvy, and more. Now, when I was an intermediate editor, I spent £295 on a weekend course called How to Cut Like a Pro, hosted by two A-list editors. I wanted to know the secret to getting jobs that the pros were on, but nobody could give me a structured roadmap of how to get there. So I started listing all of the things that clients loved that got me repeat bookings. That list became the basis of everything that you're about to learn, and I'm sharing it to you so that you can charge £300 to £500 per day as an editor 7 years faster than it took me. By the way, if you'd like feedback on your editing or your portfolio from an Emmy nominee, click the link in the description. I give feedback to 4 submissions every month for free. It could mean the difference between being ghosted and securing a £2,000 freelance gig. So do it now. Sat down? Class is in session. Now here's what you need to understand first. Most editors treat their portfolio like a shop window, thinking clients want to look before they step in and buy. Look at all the things that I've done. Problem is, premium clients don't have time to browse every rail in the shop for something they like. They prefer to walk into one of those fancy shirt shops in Jermyn Street in London. They tell the well-dressed advisor what event that they're dressing for, their likes and their dislikes, and then get measured up and then have the perfect shirt delivered to their door. These premium clients have the perspective that they are only interested in one thing. Your portfolio is not about you. It's about the client. It's about their wants, their needs. Now, when most editors are building their portfolio like a trophy cabinet, they think, well, I need to show my range. Corporate work, wedding films, music videos, commercials. They think the client is bound to find something that they like in there. But imagine you're hiring a surgeon. Would you want someone whose portfolio says, I could do heart surgery, knee surgery, eye surgery, or plastic surgery? Or would you want the specialist who only does the exact procedure that you need and has a track record of successful procedures? Now, the surgeon's skills are transferable between procedures, but being specialized brings the patient a comforting trust. And just like surgeons, clients will pay more for editors they trust. So a massive portfolio is just screaming, I'm desperate for any work that you'll send me, when it should be a nice soft velvet pillow that commands trustworthiness. And they said something that says, I'm the obvious choice for your specific problem. Premium clients don't hire range. They hire specialists who've clearly solved their exact problem before. So if range doesn't work, what does? Well, that's where client psychology comes in. Clients don't hire based on technical skill. They hire based on pattern recognition. Think about it like this. Your brain is wired to recognize patterns. So when you see dark clouds in the sky, you grab an umbrella, not because you have a PhD in meteorology, but because your brain has learned the pattern. Dark skies means crappy weather. Clients do the same thing. When they look at your portfolio, their brain is scanning for patterns that it recognizes and thinking, is my exact film here? So if you've done it once, you can do it again. If your portfolio shows wedding films, but they need a corporate documentary. Then their brain scans it and goes, no pattern match, denied. It doesn't matter that you're technically capable. Their brain doesn't see the connection in your portfolio, and it's really annoying. But this happens throughout your career, and it's something that you need to work around. Your portfolio needs to be a mirror and not a menu. It should reflect back exactly what the client is looking for, so their brain immediately recognizes it and says, this person gets my world. Right. So you need to show exact matches for your ideal client's job. But here's the problem. What if you don't have that work yet? That's what I call the portfolio paradox. You need premium clients to build a premium portfolio, but you need a premium portfolio to get premium clients. Classic catch-22. So here's what most editors do. They'll spend years taking any work that they can get, hoping that one day their ideal client will just magically appear and take a chance on them. But that's like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in it. You know, you're constantly working, but never building the portfolio that actually gets you to where you want to go. So instead, do this. Create 2 to 3 targeted spec projects that demonstrate a deep understanding of your ideal client's world. Not cheap projects that look like portfolio padding. Real strategic spec work that shows you understand their challenges, their audience, and their constraints. So what exactly does your ideal client want to see? Make that. For example, one unspliced student, Mark, you've probably heard me mention him before, but he built an end of season highlights reel for his favorite sports team, just for fun. And at the time, he was not earning anything from video editing. 2 years later, he's earning over $400 per day and has built his own production studio and has, quote, more work than he can handle. Can you guess what kind of edits he's found so much success working on? Sports highlight films. Because that sports highlight spec piece got him hired, and not because it was technically perfect, but because it demonstrated that he understood their world. If you'd like my help, then when you join the Storycraft Sprint program, you'll get mentorship and guidance to create one perfect portfolio piece for your ideal client that demonstrates a £300 to £400 per day skill level in only 30 days. I'm going to help you figure out your ideal client if you haven't figured that out already, and what edit it is that they are most likely to want, the one that's most likely to make them want to hire you. I'll direct you to the kind of footage that you need, and I'm going to give you feedback every single week so that your final edit demonstrates £300 to £400 per day skill levels, depending on your current experience. And best of all, if you show up to the weekly calls and submit your edit on time each week, you get the entire £1,000 investment back as credit, just for showing up. And this is my way of showing you that I actually care about your transformation. Join the waitlist at unspliced.com/story to know when the next cohort starts. There is a waitlist, but you could be 30 days away from a pay rise. Just head to unspliced.com/story to sign up to the waitlist, and you'll hear when the next cohort starts. So remember, your portfolio is not a catalogue. It's a calling card. So now you know that you need client-focused spec work. This is the final piece in the portfolio pie that most editors miss: context. Most portfolios show the final edit with a title and possibly a description. Corporate video or interview or brand video for a tech company. But clients don't just want to see what you've made. They want to understand how you think. You can think of your portfolio or each piece in your portfolio kind of like an iceberg where you've got tons of stuff hidden underneath. What clients see on the surface is the final edit, but beneath that surface is all the thinking, the constraints you solved, the problems that you navigated, the creative decisions you made, and why. So for every portfolio piece, make sure you include the brief, the client brief, the problem that you're solving, basically, the constraints. Was the budget a constraint? Like the timeline, footage limitations? Talk about all the issues, the constraints that you faced, that you overcame. Your method, what was your creative approach? How did you actually overcome all those challenges? And then the result, like what was the result of you doing all of this work? Did the video get 100,000 views? Did the client send you an email saying they love you and would love to name their first child after you? This transforms your portfolio from look at what I made to look how I can solve problems like the ones that you have right now. So that context turns your portfolio from a showreel basically into a signal of trust. Now, your portfolio should be about the client and not about you. But here's the problem. It's really difficult to see your own blind spots, nearly impossible, which is why I really recommend you join Storycraft Sprint to get an expert's opinion across your work. And in 30 days, you'll have one portfolio piece that actually converts. When a client asks to see your work, you don't send them your entire catalog, because if that entire catalog isn't up to scratch, you've got a lot of work to get it to a stage where it does. So you can just start by sending them one bespoke piece delivered to their door on a nice velvet cushion. So join the waitlist at unsplice.com/story to know when the next cohort starts. All right. Now, once you've got a portfolio that you're proud of, you're going to want to know how to get higher paying clients, which you'll learn in the next episode.